Welcome, everybody, to the American Space Museum. I'm Marquette. We're glad you're with us to stay curious with Jefferson Michaelis, a Brazil educator here in America. Greetings, sir. If you saw our earlier attempt to broadcast, we had a glitch in the building and got knocked off, so we restarted here. And Jefferson's been a great friend of our American Space Museum for a decade.
Yes, correct.
And a STEAM educator up here. And we're going to show Marty. I'm not seeing, you have to drag me over here, sir, but I'm going to put up a picture there. And Jefferson's been involved with science, technology, engineering, and arts and math education. And we're always pleased to see him at our museum. There you are. We got here Brazil behind us here, all right, at night. And right down here is where Rio de Janeiro and all the action is, right?
Exactly.
And where'd you grow up?
Going up in the way. We're going to the Macapá region.
Well, I asked where you grew up. Was
yes, and
off the coast.
Paulo
there.
region, exactly, over there.
But you're here because in that dark area up there, we're going to show you a map of, you're going to do what?
Science Days. We're going to present for the first time ever all the innovation and the beauty of the U.S. space program to many Brazilian kids. And hopefully, I heard we're going to have some villages, schools from different villages in the Amazon region visiting us during Science Day. So that's going to be super cool, super nice. For the first time ever, a group of people who are very passionate about space and science and STEM. We're going to be there for at least 3 to 4 days talking about space opportunities, what's happening here in the U.S., the new space program, and everything.
And you're going to represent the American Space Museum.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate that we are reaching worldwide with everybody. Marty gave me a thumbs up that our rebroadcast of today's show's just doing fine. We have been hammered with some afternoon storms around here, and they put Artemis out there on the pad.
I saw.
And I was driving here back from an appointment for Stay Curious, and just in my mind was, if lightning would hit one of them SRBs, Marty, whew,
wow,
it could be bad. But we're so glad you're with us here. The Brazilians are crazy about space, aren't they?
Yes, they do, and they do understand the impact, the positive impact of the space economy, especially the new space economy with so many new companies, startups, companies building different rockets, different types of rockets. There is even this local company here building rockets using
via space.
Exactly, recyclable plastic. So this is super cool.
And we're going to see in a minute, because it was closest to the equator, the northern coast of Brazil is a favored spot for new rocket companies right on there. The Brazilian flag, of course, I love it because the astronomy on it. In the middle, there's the Southern Cross. Looks like a baseball field in there. And the Brazilian Space Agency has been in existence since 1994. All right. And they have had some ups and downs, but you launched your first satellite in 1993.
That's true.
There you are, your wife Carla, with the lady in
Astro Sky. Yes,
Astro Sky.
I remember that.
This is out at the Mercury Memorial a few years ago. You guys visited here, and they did a little filming here with using us as a backdrop.
That's true, yeah.
For in there. And here you are with some other friends in our museum. There's your wife Carla's in the white pants there. The other lady's got black pants on, and you got 3 ugly guys there. So.
That's for sure.
So, but tell the folks, you've seen our museum evolve from, it's just been here 6 years, and you were involved before I was. So what kind of a museum is this for people to enjoy?
Well, this is a place I tell folks overseas every time I travel to any different country, I tell them you should visit the American Space Museum, because what you have over here is really rare to find anywhere. Most of the artifacts, most of the space memorabilia you have here Most people sometimes they don't understand, but it's real. It really came from part of the space program. So what we do with the Space Museum is simply trying to tell people everywhere, if you are coming to the Space Coast, going to the visitor center, please plan to spend one extra day or extra afternoon to stop by and see this amazing place. And the best thing of all, they have former space professionals, space folks here working and very open to share the past experiences with the space program.
Well, there's a good public service announcement if ever I heard one. Thank you, sir. And yeah, they're national treasures in every sense of the word. Marty Winkle worked on the Grumman lunar module, one of 1,200 people that can say they worked on the coast. And there you're going to take down there with you.
Yes,
What you got there? Marty's work clothes?
Marty, you can tell us, actually, the folks who are watching us today,
Yeah.
what this piece of history I have in
Who'd
my
you have
hand.
autograph it?
We have here Marty.
Well, the Grumman lunar lunar
Exactly.
module workers.
Yes, yes.
And we've had Bill Waldron on the show recently. Marty, Roger Vizioli, we're hoping to get on. Al's on there. So yeah, these are show it to the camera here. These are the real national heroes, I think, of our Apollo program.
And this is the original, exactly,
Bunny
from the 1960s,
Now
right?
you're going to show that to kids in Brazil.
Yes, we
Awesome.
will. And that's the purpose of Science Days. Thanks to the American Space Museum, our friends here, and the real people who used to work with the space program, we're able to take the piece of history overseas. So
Awesome.
everyone can have a chance to see what it is, and we can share experiences like the one we're having here today.
Yeah. And I've given you a suitcase full of swag to take down there from shuttle and Apollo stuff, so
Yes.
you'll enjoy that.
Yeah.
Brazil has one astronaut whom I was privileged to meet, Marco Pontes, and that is with Bruce Melnick, who is over the Kennedy Visitors Complex. Tell us about Mr. Pontes.
Oh, indeed. By the way, with the new space program, we have now, I would say, a second person from Brazil who flew aboard of the Blue Origin rocket. So
Okay.
that's very interesting because how do we consider the second person? An astronaut, a commercial astronaut, a space tourist? But anyway,
Right.
Marcos Pontes is the first astronaut. A lovely person. We had a chance to actually meet Marcos about 10, 11 years ago when
Yeah.
he was here at the visitor center. And when we met him was very interesting because he shared the same vision as we do. We work with education, with children, with kids, and what we do, we try to tell them what the space program and space opportunities are going to be like. So Marcos, again, last time I met Marcos was about, I would say, before the pandemic.
Well, he was at the Space Center about 2 months ago, and I got to talk to him and meet him, and he gave me his card and personal phone number. He's a
Cool.
politician. He was
Okay.
the minister of STEAM, actually, in the country.
Exactly, science.
And,
Yes, yes.
And you said he's running for Senate.
That's what I heard,
equivalent,
Mark.
and,
That
yeah,
that's
no, he is, because I get
Okay.
his Facebook feeds. And,
Oh,
and
okay.
He's every day posting something. But
and he used to really, visit different schools, visiting different universities. So Marcos, he used to be very active, and I hope he still is
I
actually.
think- oh yeah,
yes.
always
So
seen with crowds of kids, but he's pro space
Pro-
for your
yes.
country, and that's a good thing.
and a very kind person, very humble,
yeah.
down to earth,
Yeah,
and we really enjoy
Yeah.
the time we had with Marcos, learning about how did he get into the space program in Brazil and everything. So again, thanks for reminding us about the
He's
Brazilians.
got a good book that I bought the
Yes.
book, and it is. I've read some of it. It's a very interesting look from from not European, but a foreign standpoint.
Yes, correct.
Here's the rocket countries of the world. Brazil is in there, is orbiting satellites. Okay, only Japan, China, Europe, and Russia have put have astronauts that have been in space from their respective agencies, and then of course Russia and Europe involved with the moon up there. So you've been very involved. You'd be surprised that Iran's got a space program, and Israel and Nigeria and Algeria. Okay, but threw that in there. But let's talk about your outreach. Exciting, going to the Amazon and taking the American Space Museum with you there. So this is the South America. There's your Amazon.
Yep.
The circle is here's where the spaceports are. You tell us about those.
Yes, actually, Alcantara is right now open for international business, which is wonderful. We have been waiting for a moment like this for the past 20 something years. So the US and Brazil signed an amazing, very, very prosperous international space agreement between companies and state, where most US companies looking to launch rockets, they might be able to use Alcantara base, which is one of the best places on earth to launch rockets. So yes,
it is. And just north of those sites pointed out there is the European site.
Yes.
That ESA launches from.
Yeah.
Which is
The Guyana.
yeah.
Yes,
French
that's
Guiana.
true. Yeah.
So, Marty, there is the word of on one of those tributaries there, the Mara. How you say that?
Macapá.
Macipa, Macapa. That is where you're going to be landing. It's about from the center, right in the center, at about 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Is Macapa, I think. And this is to your left. Right there's Macapa. In dark bold. No, a little more left. In bold. There we are. Does that say Macapa? In bold there. This is the beginning of the Amazon River.
Yes, and what I heard from our counterparts, the Instituto of Leva Ciência, which is our partner organization in Macapá, they told us that 98% of the Amazon rainforest is preserved in that region. So that's another beauty. We're going to have a chance to see the Amazon rainforest in pretty much their very primitive. Exactly. Yep. Yeah. And the beauty about the Science Days, Mark, is the fact that we are going to have several schools presenting projects, sustainable, earth-friendly projects. So I'm really eager to see with our team all the projects they are going to show us, and hopefully some of them we can bring here to the American Space Museum, and we can bring more kids here to showcase projects to all the fellow Americans.
We'd love to have that. We've got a great education director, Darren Roberts, and he's got all kinds of things lined up for the next couple months. So we always love to see new ways to show kids science. There's just a little for y'all out there about the rainforest of the Amazon. It is quite extensive, but
Yes,
there's
indeed.
deforestation going on. What are the other threats to the rainforest?
Human threat, exactly. And again, our team, we're going there to learn with the local folks what's needed to be done to preserve. Because again, I know space is important, but still we have to preserve what we have left here on Earth. So hopefully this first trip to the region of Macapá will give us more knowledge, and we can return here to the US and have more partners helping us about preservation projects, collaboration projects. So yes, it's humans are very interesting. So again, I hope we can learn a lot.
Well, there's 500,000 people in the city of Macapá. I looked up there, and so there's. I mean, we love seeing kids getting excited about space. You're an expert at it, and so you see, I'm going to show these pictures here.
Cool.
So tell us
yes.
a little bit about the similarities and any differences in educating children.
Well, it's something we learned. Children are children everywhere. I remember once when we went to Israel, and I was about to give a lecture in Israel, and kids were so excited, and I said, okay, so let's do something different. You guys present us your project. The kids were so excited. And again, kids in Brazil, different countries, pretty much they are like a sponge. They're really, really looking to learn a lot. So hopefully, and what I learned from the place in Macapá, Leva Ciência is our partner organization over there. There are so many very smart kids over there with just, the right tools to make great difference. So again, pretty much we have kids who are really eager to learn. And again, hopefully, Mark, let's see if we can plan to bring some of these kids here to the US. That will be one of my biggest goals in life, to see if we can provide some kind of opportunities to bring some kids from the Amazon region to the US so we can have them exchanging information with the local kids from different local schools.
And like everywhere, kids love to build rockets and shoot them off. And there we have the typical thing that we do here.
Yeah.
They're in a rainforest, so I see these rain jackets aren't too far away. Why don't you say hi to a couple of our friends up there? I'm being mean to you to make you pronounce. Michael Bajork Lund out there.
Okay.
Say hi to
Mirel
Eichhorn,
yeah. Dave
Stange.
Tom
Musiek, he's in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Nice.
Dave's in Michigan.
Cool. Keith Keith Sewell. Okay.
He's here in town.
Oh, nice.
There's
Carla Christian. Okay, cool. I know this one.
Do you? Robert Law is in Dundee, Scotland. Larry Pushker, another Wolverine up there in Michigan.
Michigan, okay.
Enjoying the last days of civilized outdoor life, Larry.
Oh, boy. Ben Husset. Okay, and Carlton.
Yep, Carlton Bailey. One of our...
I met Carlton this Saturday. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We love those pictures we bought from Carlton. Amazing.
Yep.
Super nice.
Yeah, that's right. We were all out at the... I should throw a picture of that in there, out at the memorabilia show at Sands Space Museum.
Sands Space Museum.
That was a lot of fun.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Of course, seeing the same people over and over is what makes it fun. Of course, in our space community. What does that say up there on this fake tree to emphasize the rainforest?
This is the biopark. I never been there, but I guess this is one of the places that are very well preserved. Yeah, I will be. Yeah, and I want to see. And most of the folks in this picture, they're going to be with us there, and some of them are going to be our Science Days ambassadors who are going to be working with us even behind the scenes to make Science Days, become a reality in the Amazon region. So yes, this is something, again, I'm very pleased, I'm very honored to have a chance to go to this part of the world. So I think this will be a fun experience for all.
Well, do us a favor and email me some pictures or send me some pictures so we can post a few and give you a shout out. And then you'll be back in the United States in
September.
Okay.
Yes, we're going to be back in September, and thank God.
Some students up here with you, right?
Yes, correct. Yes, correct. Yes, and
so we'll have some pictures of them here in the museum, and they'll be out at the Astronaut Memorial Foundation on the Kennedy Space Center Visitors Complex property.
Yeah.
Doing some things. So.
And the American Space Museum actually is one of the biggest partners we have here. Mark himself has been teaching some of our kids for 3 to 4 years now, and they're back in November. The kids from the Rio de Janeiro region. Yes, they're going to be here again. Yes.
We can't wait to whip up a dry ice comet.
Exactly. Yes.
And show them what's going on there. But well, great to have you here on Stay Curious today, Jefferson, and always a pleasure to see you and your wife. We, together we do what we think is very important. Try to instill science knowledge in a society that doesn't have a science acumen that we wish they would have, is a good way to put it.
Yeah, you're right.
as we look at this Artemis going off, we've had a lot of inquiries at the American Space Museum contrasting the Apollo era and what's going on now. And we just sent you some special videos the American Space Museum did. And we posted those on Facebook on July 20th. And tell briefly what that was about. Those little 5-minute videos to the embassy.
Oh, that's true. That was a pilot project. Myself consider something to remember. We were invited by the U.S. Embassy to create short videos about the beginning of the space program, pretty much Apollo 11. We're celebrating this year the 52nd anniversary of the Apollo 11 landing on the moon. So the American Space Museum was kind enough to actually invite 3 legends of the space program to be here with us, and they were kind enough to record messages and their own experiences about how was 1969 in their lives, which means they were able to share with everyone the experience about being part of the space program when everything started in the 1960s era.
And Marty Winkle represented the lunar module quite well. Hazel Banks was a secretary for the Apollo astronauts, and Dr. Al Kohler was in the launch room. And you can see those very short 5-minute sessions that you help introduce on our. Just go to July 20th is when I posted them up there. I should probably put them, and then we put them on our YouTube.
And we have available on Instagram and Facebook as well. So again, there's a lot of amazing information on those 3 different videos over there, because again, this is a part of history.
Yeah.
And the real history.
And so we were proud to be part of the extended Science Days with you there. Well, and Jefferson, this is some of the behind-the-scenes things that our Stay Curious friends don't always see that we're involved in as a museum. Stay Curious is just a small part of what we do for our outreach. Blissfully, it's become an important part as we reach people like we never thought we would. And together, we are inspiring the next generation while we're recording history of it.
We are. Definitely, we are. And especially everything we're doing is going to be available, is on the internet. So 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, you are going to see what we're doing here today, and hopefully we are going to inspire even more people around the world. Yes.
We hope you were inspired today to reach out to that kid that's got a little interest in science, or inspired to help our nonprofit, the American Space Museum, continue things that we do with the Jefferson Michaelis Foundation, as well as other nonprofits that are involved in STEAM education here. This is a big part, as you know, our executive director, Karan Conklin's plan for our museum is the kids are really at the foremost, so that they understand space history and inspired by it. So, Jefferson, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And I will be jealous of you and Carla down there looking at the gorgeous Milky Way without any light pollution. I'll give you some tips on how to take a picture of that before you all leave there. So, Marty, thank you for a great Streamlabs. Do we have anything?
Thank you, Marty.
Everything okay? Any parting shots from anybody? All right. Well, we are so grateful that you're following Stay Curious, and we will have another program tomorrow. We got 3 birthdays tomorrow, astronaut birthdays you're going to want to enjoy, and some updated space news. So on behalf of our museum and Jefferson Michaelis and Marty, I'm Marquette saying we will see you tomorrow to bridge the space between us.